Hi, advanced students. Mr. C here. We talked online a little bit about putting the squares, the triangles, to create them into squares to go ahead to create the whole pattern for the top of your veneered topped project. And you expressed that you had some difficulty, excuse me, and that you would like to see how I wanted you to approach going ahead and putting these together. Now, those of you that have tried this, you've done a great job. We just need to clean them up a little bit more, as you noticed from the last video that we talked about that. So here's what you are going to see in your packet when you come pick up, okay? Every one of you is going to have a bag of macrame triangles, a bag of enegre, a bag of walnut, and a bag of cherry. Now they're all going to be labeled and they're going to be all set for you. But also, you're going to have one type of either the green tape or the blue tape. It really doesn't make any difference as long as you're using one or the other. You do not want to use masking tape. If you're typical 3M or whatever Scotch masking tape, that's like the tan color or like an off-white, do not use that, okay? These are going to work a lot better for us. The other ones will, when you go to pull it off, it'll probably tear the veneer in half, so you don't want to use that, okay? You're also going to be provided with some extra blades as well as another X-Acto knife. You're going to be given a 24-inch steel rule, and I'll explain what this is for later. And you'll be given 2 pieces of masonite that are flat, and this is for you to transport and to work on. I do want all the materials brought back or given back to me, so that way we can go ahead and put them away for later. But I do want to discuss a couple things as far as how to go ahead and put this together. But before you do that, I want to address some of the triangles. I do recognize that the laser did not cut out every single one of these perfectly. Now, if you have this situation happen inside your bag, it's not a big deal. That's why I provided you with the X-Acto knife and a ruler, and then some of the other things. So what I want to do is bring you close, so that way I can set this up for you to go ahead and see exactly how I want you to approach putting this together. And I want to show you how you can have really, really good results with putting these together using a straight edge ruler and some tape and just a little bit of patience. Take your time, and I know it's going to turn out perfectly, okay? So I would suggest just finding a quiet place that you can work at, and I'm going to bring you over and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm looking for from you as far as the quality and how you put it together, and then your decision making on the veneer pieces. So let me go ahead and grab this. Now, this is that veneer I was talking about, okay? Now, I'm going to need you to go ahead and you're going to hold this down. Make sure you're going to pull the veneer or pull the X-Acto knife away from yourself, not towards yourself, okay? So let's say if you have a situation like this, this is what you can do, okay? Now you have this piece here where you have a little bit left over, right? Not much pressure, just a little bit, and see, it popped right off. So now you have that piece of cherry, it's all cut for you, and you can use that, okay? Now for setting up the parts or the pieces, I want you to go ahead and take a look at this. This is the pattern that we're going to follow, okay? Let me move this out of the way. All right, now you have a piece of walnut, your piece of cherry. Sorry, let me just use the X-Acto knife. Your walnut, your cherry, your macrame, your enegre, okay? Then it's going to rotate around. So you notice the walnut went from here to here, and the next piece over this way. And you're gonna, that pattern will continue going all the way down. And then what you do is you're gonna go ahead, and then the pattern switches again. You're gonna do that continuously, so that way you end up with different style, or you get a really unique pattern that occurs over the time after, you know, so many squares into so many squares, right? So for instance, I'd like to go ahead and put together one of these for you, so that way you can kind of have a better idea or see exactly what I'm looking for from you. So the first thing I want you to do is grab a piece of tape. Now, like I said, green tape, blue tape, doesn't matter as long as you just grab one, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just grab that piece of green tape like this, okay? Now I'm gonna grab a piece of macrame, and I'm just gonna set it right kind of there, not a big deal. Set it down, tap it down, so that way it's being held on really, really well. And you notice that green tape really held onto my finger. Okay, so the next color I need, or the next piece that I need, is going to be a piece of cherry. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab a piece of cherry, I'm going to hold this one down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the tips or the edges to match up. So let me turn you this way. See, so you have that exactly. Now the next piece is a piece of walnut. So I'm going to go ahead and match the tip. Oh, let me grab my tweezers a little bit better. Tip to tip. Okay. And my last piece of veneer. Now I wanted to show you this piece because see this little spot right here? That's from the laser. If you flip this over, that's really bad news. Do not use something like that, okay? So you're gonna throw that one out. It's no good, right? And then you wanna get yourself another piece of that same species of veneer. And then I'm gonna go ahead, I'm going to fit this guy right in. So now you have your perfect square, right? Now, I have 3 pieces, okay? I have 3 of those that are in a row, the veneers, and they're following the pattern. This is the show face, right? So what I want to do is I want to flip this over on the non-show face. And then what I'm doing is I'm using this ruler as the straight edge. So now I go ahead and I see what is the next way that my veneer piece has to go. I have a walnut piece here at the top and a piece of macrame here at the bottom.